Hi there, Seth. My name is Oceana Shearer. I'm a local here in Orange, California, and I'm also a small business growth specialist. I was looking for veterinary clinics in the Orange area, and I came across Waggly's website. First of all, I want to say that I love all the huge pictures. I think they really give a nice insight as to what Waggly is all about. Lots of pictures of happy, smiling dogs and veterinarians and people working with dogs. It's wonderfully done. I did notice some things that could use some improvement if you want to be utilizing your website as the lead magnet it's meant to be. So I put together this video for you to show you 3 quick and simple things you and your SEO company or your web development team can do today to seriously increase the amount of customers you're getting with your website. I'm sure you're wondering why I would do this video and what's in it for me. The truth is, I send a lot of these videos out, and some of the business owners see how much this information can help their business grow, but they're too busy to do it themselves, or they're unhappy with the current solution, so they choose to hire me to help them with this stuff. As for those who don't choose to work with me, many take this information and use it on their own, or they send it to their current web developers and say, hey, why aren't you doing these things? Either way, I will do my absolute best to give you the most helpful information I can, as clearly as I can, because not only will that help you, but it's also the best way to show you how great I am at what I do. So, without further ado, let's jump right into the 3 things that you can do today to increase your website's visibility, your clicks, calls, and your revenue. First of all, my entire industry is based on the fact that when people need a product or a service, they search for it on Google. And Google uses an algorithm to decide which websites are most relevant for that search. The top 3 organic search results, or the non-advertisement results, are the ones that get the most clicks. So let's see. I'm not seeing it here. You were showing up as advertisement here. I know that you're running some advertisements, which is a good idea, but there are 2 main drawbacks to running Google Ads. Firstly, you have to pay for every single click that you get through a Google ad. And 2, most people scroll right over the ads anyway, and they look at the map pack, which is this area right here, or they look down here at the organic results. So you really want to be focusing on showing up in those organic search results. Fun fact, over 92% of all clicks are going to either the top 3 in the map pack or the top 3 in the organic search. And the rest of the clicks, those 8% left over, are going to advertisements and anything after the 3rd result. If you're not showing up organically on the first page of Google and really in those top 3, when someone is searching for your services, you are missing out on a huge portion of your market demand, which means that you're leaving a lot of money on the table. Just a quick side note, because these methods are specific to location and services, I will be focusing on your veterinary services in Tustin for this video, but these same methods work for all locations and services as well. Since you are a veterinary clinic in Tustin, one relevant search term that you're probably going to want to show up for will be Tustin Vet. When I searched that term earlier, I saw that you were running ads for it, but again, most people will see the bolded ad. It shows that it's an advertisement and they just scroll right past it. As you can see here, you are not showing up in this on this first page. And your competitors, North Tustin Veterinary Clinic and Tustin Care Animal Hospital, are. This means that these guys are the ones that you really want to beat for that #1 spot. And from what I can tell, that's actually not going to be very difficult. So how can you outrank your competitors? Well, I will show you. I'm going to go back to your website here. Pardon me. Okay, first I'm going to talk about the amount of words on your website, and then which words to use on your site's pages. And finally, I'm going to go over citations, what they are, why they're important, and how to go about getting them. With this information that I'm going to give you, you will be able to outrank your competitors in no time. So one of the factors that Google uses to determine which websites to place at the top is the number of words on the home page. Or in this case, your location page. Often, it used to be that a web developer could use a shortcut called keyword stuffing, where they would basically list out a bunch of keywords on your website, often making them the same color as the background so that the person visiting wouldn't notice them. But they would be read by Google. So like see in this spot right here that's got white space, there's none in here, I can tell by highlighting. But sometimes web developers who don't know about the newer way that Google is programmed will put in a bunch of keywords, basically just listing out a bunch of things that someone might search for on Google in hopes that Google will see that as relevant information. This is called keyword stuffing, and Google has been programmed to notice that when it's happening, and so this method no longer works, even though people are still using it to this day. Beyond that, Google starts really taking a website seriously when it has about 1,500 words on the home page, and 10 to 15 keywords or key phrases, which I'll go over how to figure out what those keywords should be in just a moment. So my first tip is going to be to get rid of any keyword stuffing that might be hurting your website's credibility, which I haven't found any here yet, but that doesn't mean that there isn't any. As well as bringing up your word count. Right now, if you can see right here, you've got 555 words on this web page. You're going to want to bring that up to 1,500 or more and have that 10 to 15 top priority keywords in there in a natural way. So I'm going to show you how I find keywords. First of all, I'm going to grab your URL here, copy, and I'm going to paste it into this tool. The objective is to find phrases that a lot of people are searching for, but that don't have a lot of competition, meaning that the websites currently showing up at the top of the search results are not using these methods I'm telling you about, and therefore are easy to surpass. I use a tool called Ahrefs, what you see on the screen right now. It's a little spendy at a little over $100 per month, but it is my favorite toy, and it gives me some powerful insights. There are cheaper options with less capabilities, but I can't really speak on their usability because I really just use Ahrefs for my work. First, I'm going to take your website. I pasted it right here. And this gives me a good reading on your site's overall health, and also I can see what keywords you're already ranking for. So this UR right here in this DR, the UR is a measurement of the power of your website, and the DR is how trustworthy Google thinks your website is, and those scores come from several variables coming together. One of those variables being backlinks, which you see right here. You've got 16 backlinks. So what a backlink is across the internet, anywhere where it has a link that leads to your website, and in this case, this specific page, that's going to count as a backlink in your pocket, let's say. And each time that you get one of those, it generally boosts your trust score and your power score. However, if it's a website with a really low trust score, it's actually not going to help you. And it could even hurt you to have a bunch of backlinks that are from spammy websites. or unrelated websites. The best website for Waggly to get backlinks from is going to be other veterinary hospitals. So you might reach out to a veterinary hospital in another state, for instance, that has a good score, and you can find out how their score is by just typing in their URL here, or copying and pasting their URL into this spot right there. And seeing if they will link it to your page. You don't want to do this with you don't want to do this with a local veterinary clinic because you're competitors, right? But one that's over in Texas, let's say, they're not really going to be directly competing for your business. So it makes sense for you to link to each other's pages. So the next thing I'm going to go over is these organic keywords here. You're ranking for 201 on this page. And by clicking there, I can find out which ones. And I like to order them by the amount of traffic that you're getting. So starting with the most on top. So Waggly Tustin, there are 200 search volume where people are typing in Waggly Tustin, but you're only getting 44, which I don't know why that is, other than perhaps you're also it's possible that your advertisements are actually getting in the way of those, and so you might be finding people are searching for Waggly Tustin, they get onto that that list there, and they see your advertisement and they click it because it's right at the top, and they are looking for you specifically, and they see your name, so they go ahead and click it. But you would have gotten that traffic anyway, and you basically paid when you didn't need to. Now, I don't know for a fact that that's what's happening, but it is a common problem. And one of those things that you have to watch out for when you're doing Google Ads. Another one, you're getting 16 clicks every month from Waggly Tustin, California. I mean, Waggly Tustin, California. And then you're getting, and then Waggly itself is searched 200 times, and 8 are, oh, you know what? I just realized that you're probably, this 44 is probably from, yes, the issue that I just laid out, but also it's possible that your home page is the second or third position, so some of the people are clicking the home page link rather than the location specific link, which is fine. That's no big deal at all. So this is how you can find out what you're ranking for. You're ranking for your name, which is fantastic. This means that people who already know who you are and are looking for your business specifically can find you, and that is 2 thumbs up. However, you really want to be showing up for keywords that don't have your name in it as well, because you want new people who have never heard of you to find you. So right here you see best dog hotels near me. That would be a good example of a keyword that has your service and then a location, which near me basically acts as whatever city the person is in when they type that. So it's going to show similar results as if somebody had typed in best dog hotels in Tustin, if they're in Tustin when they type that. I hope that made sense. So you're showing up in the 9th position when someone types in best dog hotels near me and they're in Tustin. And you're only getting less than 2 of the 60 people who are typing that in every month on average. So if you were to take that and you were to rank all the way up to 1 by using these methods that I'm laying out for you, you would be seeing a lot more of that traffic and therefore a lot more of that business. So let's see, let me look at my notes and see what I'm covering next. Oh, so yes, I'm going to do the same thing with your competitor. So let's click on North Tustin Veterinary Clinic, their website. And we're going to grab their URL and put it also into, oh, first I'm going to see how they're doing on their word count. So just going to all handy dandy word counter. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. back, oh, forward, pardon me. Okay, all. And then I have to find a place where it'll let me click. This is a good place. 394. So you actually already have more than they do. But if you get the up to 1,500, that's just going to basically open Google's eyes to you and make them realize that you mean business. And it's going to make it pretty easy. They've made it really easy to surpass them by not putting a lot of words on their homepage. So we're going to take this, copy it, bring it over to Ahrefs, and do the same thing we did for yours. So let's see, domain. So they have a really low trust score and a lot of backlinks. So that tells me that they might be going out and getting a lot of backlinks that are not trustworthy. So someone might be going to Reddit, just pasting their URL a bunch of places, hoping that that will bring their backlink score up, which it has been doing. But if Google sees that and knows that it's not actually relevant and not helpful to people, then it's going to bring that trust score down. So this is what I was talking about earlier with some links not actually helping. And they are ranking for 231 keywords. So let's see what keywords they are ranking for. Let's go by traffic. Ta-da. Okay, so they're getting 38 of the 200 volume when people are typing in North Tustin Veterinary Clinic, and they're in the #1 position for that. So, and that is their name, so it makes sense. See here, they're in the #1 position. They're getting 38 from the 100 search volumes of Tustin Vet, the keyword that we were talking about earlier. So that's just more confirmation that we really do want to be up there and getting those clicks so that we can get more revenue, right? Okay. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go over citations. This is the final bit. I know this is a long video. I apologize. Trying to make these quick, but it's just hard. I want to pack in so much information. So citations, what are they? So right here, this is your Google My Business listing. You want to make sure that the information here is correct. Particularly this, your name, your address, and your phone number. You want it to be correct because Google uses this information to find out how many times your business is mentioned across the internet. So this is similar to backlinks in that, that's any time that a link leads you from another website to your website. But this is slightly different in that it's anywhere that your name, address, and phone number are listed exactly how Google sees you, which is this right here. And each one of these citations acts as a vote of confidence, telling Google your business is legitimate and it is relevant, and pushing you further up the Google results, which means more website visitors and more income. If your business is mentioned, but the business name is not spelled correctly exactly the way that it's here, so if it's missing Irvine and Tustin, or if it says camp at instead of campus, I don't know, whatever might be the case, right? If it's not spelled exactly like this, or if your address is incorrect, or your phone number is, maybe it's a different phone number, then it won't count. Google won't match it, and it won't help your business. So in order to get more citations for your business, I suggest you use this tool called WhiteSpark CA. It costs only about $30 a month. I use it every day. It is a local citation finder, as it says right there. You can see where your citations are across the internet, as well as seeing what your competitors' citations are, which brings me to the most fun part, I think, which is getting those citations that your competitor has basically going and finding those spots and saying, hey, I want my citation there as well. So I'm going to show you really quick how to do that. I already did a search for your citations and for your competitors, so I'm going to open those in, oh, well, I thought that would open in a new window, but it did not, but that's okay. I can just go like this and open this one and do that again. Research tools, la 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 la. Okay, so I already did the search for the citations for you and for your customer, for your competitors, pardon, because it takes a few minutes to load. But if I were to do it right now, I would hit this new search button, click business search, and paste in the business name here. And I don't know if I actually grabbed the business. Here we go. I'm going to grab this. You want to copy it exactly from Google so that you don't have any misspellings. Let's see, is this the spot? Yes. So type that in, or paste it in there. Make sure that this is the right one. And it's going to fill in that information for you, and you're going to hit create search. And I would do that, but I would waste it because I already did it for you. So here is yours. You have 26 citations across the internet, which is a great start, but it's nowhere near the cap, right? I don't think there is a cap. But so this is where it's really fun for me. I don't know what's wrong with me, why I find this stuff fun, but so I like to just go back and forth. Yours, check this out. I put these in alphabetical order so I can compare them very easily. I'm gonna exit that one now. And voila, now I can see that your first one is Bing, whereas their first one is 411 info. So you don't have 411 info. They have Bing down here. So these three you don't have. So 411 info is actually a really quick and easy one to get. So you're going to click on that. You're going to go down here. Do you want to add a business? Click here to start. You click it, and then you look for your name. So I'm going to do that. Tustin, California, boom, check to make sure it's not there already. It is not. So then you're going to make sure that this is exactly like Google has it, and your business phone number is exactly like Google, address, etc. And then you're going to go through, you're going to fill in this information and click submit. This one is free. So sorry, I lost my place here. Yes, so some of these sites will try to charge you to be listed, and some might be worth it to go ahead and pay the money, but I think that there are so many free options available that we can really just skip right past the ones that try to charge you and just work on the free ones, and we'll do just fine. And we can go through this competitor's citations, this competitor's citations, and get all of the free ones, and then go and do that exact same process for another competitor, and so on and so forth, until we have more citations than anyone else in our niche, in our area, right? So it's a process that you want to follow, and it depends. How many you need is going to depend on the market and how many citations your competitors have. In this case, we're definitely going to want to have more than 68, right? Because that's our top competitor's number, but we might want to go further than that as well. So there you have it. The 3 things you can do right now to increase your visibility on Google and increase your revenue. Number 1, do that keyword research. Find out what phrases have high search volume and low competition. Number 2, flesh out that homepage text. Bring it up to 1,500 words and include those keywords in a natural way. And third, go out, get those citations so that Google comes to regard your business as legitimate and relevant to their searchers. If you found this video helpful, and if you didn't, I would love to hear from you either way and get your feedback. I have a passion for small business growth, and I want to help small business owners as much as possible. These videos are one way that I accomplish that. I hope to hear from you soon. My email address is oceana@boostmybuyers.com. You can also call or text me at work at 714-683-2380. Thank you so much for your time.